Okay, so this is part 3 of your review. Alright, on 37, you actually are going to set it equal to x. And in order to solve, you have to do circle math. So you go this way. So I know that 1/5 to some power lands at 125. Now I've taught you in the past that if you're going to take 1/5, we rewrite that as 5 to the negative 1 power. Okay, and how can I rewrite 125 with a base of 5? 5 what? To the third. Okay, which means that negative x ends up being 3, so x is negative 3. Okay, go to number 39. On problem 39, when there's no base written, what is the base of a log?
1, 2.
It's 10. And I'm actually looking for x. If you do circle math, 10 cubed equals x. So 10 cubed is a 1 with 3 zeros. Okay, let's go down to problem 45. Actually, I'm going to skip 45. I'm sorry. Let's go to problem 50. Go to problem 50. I'll come back. I'm going to do one like it, just a different one. Okay, for 50, remember these symbols mean summation. That's what these symbols mean. So on these problems, I'm going from negative 3 to 2. So you're going to plug in, and to get from negative 3 to 2, you have negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2, correct? That's how you would get from negative 3 all the way to 2. You plug these values all into whatever function follows it. Okay, and then what do I do with all those answers? Does anybody remember? Yep, it's a summation problem. You have to add them up. So the first step is to plug in negative 3. Well, don't forget these little tricky absolute values. So 3 times negative 3 plus 2. So that's negative 9 plus 2 is how much? Negative 7, right? But because there's absolute value, we're just going to use what? 7. So 7 plus. Now then you change the negative 3, okay, to a negative 2. So negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. But you want the absolute value, so you put 4. So I plugged in negative 3. I plugged in negative 2. What do I plug in now next? What's next? Negative 1. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. But because of the absolute value, I don't put negative 1, I put 1. So that's gone now. What's my next number to plug in? 0. I don't have a lot of space, so I'm using white out here. So now plug in 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. It's already positive, so I don't have to change it. So 0 is done. What's next? Which would give you 5. And then 2 is going to give you 8. Okay, what do I do with those numbers, guys? Add them up. And when you add them up, the answer is 27. Okay, go to 52. 52 says, what is the sum of the given infinite geometric series? Okay, what is the sum of the infinite geometric series? What's the rule? First of all, I know it's geometric. Do you guys remember how to find R? You go this way. If you don't go the right way, you'll mess up. Nope, it's geometric. We divide. So R is, and you can do any of them, but it would be like 2 divided by 1. Or you could do 1/2 divided by 1/4. Either way, You can do this 2 divided by 1 or 1/2 divided by 1/4. You go this direction. Okay? What would the answer be then? What's R? R is 2. Do y'all remember the rule to find the sum of an infinite geometric series? You can use your formula chart, but what was the rule? What did R have to be between? Good. R had to be between -1 and 1. In other words, the series had to be getting smaller. If it's not getting smaller, you can't find the sum. Okay? Is it getting smaller? No, Miss H. It's getting bigger. Good job, guys. So can you find the sum? No. No sum on this one. Just by glancing at number 53, could you find the sum? Yeah, it's getting smaller. What is R? Go this way. 30 divided by 90 is 1/3. So you can. You may remember the formula. Look at your formula chart. The formula chart is A1, which would be 90, divided by 1 minus R. Okay, so the answer is 135. Okay? Alright, just to remind yourself, because some of you missed these on the test, if you're approaching infinity, and I want to know the limit, I cross these out. What happens when I have a bigger power on top? What does it approach? Infinity. Okay, here, I look at this, the x's cancel, so what's it going to approach? 2. Good. Okay, now let's turn the page and go to the back. Okay, look at 64 now. Decide if it's arithmetic, geometric, or neither. There's several on your test like this, and this is an easy one to get right. I'll give you 1 second to try it. You go this way. Okay, and then this way again. So 1 minus -4 and 4 minus 1. Did they give you the same answers? What's 1 minus -4? 5, and 4 minus 1 is 3. Now go to the next one. 7, it's neither. Because you should have gotten 3 for both of them. Okay, for 65, it wants to know how many terms there are, right? So first you have to decide if it's arithmetic or geometric. But what's it counting by? That's an easy one. It's counting by 5s, right? So we know that D is 5. So get your formula chart. And since we know it's D, it's arithmetic. Okay, so you're going to use your formula chart for your arithmetic problem. And it's right here. Arithmetic. Remember, it's the first term plus n minus 1 times your common D. Okay, that's your rule. Right? So if I want to know how many terms there are, what am I looking for? This is my first term, right? And this is my last term, my nth term. And I have D. So the best thing to do is to fill in the formula. 530 is my last term. My first term is 25. Plus, I don't know. I know 530 is my last term. I just don't know n. I don't know what term number that is. So 25 plus n minus 1 times my common 5. You guys see that? Okay, so now then I'm going to FOIL this. So 530 equals 25 plus 5n minus 5. These two go together, so 530 equals 20 plus 5n. Subtract the 20, which is 510. So 510 equals 5n. So n is 102. That means there's 102 there. Does that make sense? Okay, look at it again to help you memorize it. Look, start, stop, right? Last term, first term, D. You just fill in the formula. Okay? You fill in the formula. Now, number 66. Take the first three terms. That's really easy. You just plug in 1 to find the first term. So t sub 1. 1 plus 2 times 2 times 1. I plugged in 1 into here and here. And to find the second term, I plug in 2. So 2 plus 2 times 2 times 2. And to find the third term, I plug in 3. 3 plus 2 over 2 times 3. Does that make sense? So to find the first term, I plugged in 1 here and here. To find the second term, I plugged in 2 in those two spots, and so forth. Does that make sense? Okay, so this would be 3 over 2, 4 over 4, which is 1, and this would be 5 over 6. So 3 halves, 1, and 5/6.